Well, this is the. Okay, I'm like a second. Yeah, just supposed to. Overall, I mean, my overall experience with 2K is I really haven't heard the song that's playing right now. Oh yeah, I'll take that back. But yeah, I'm being good too. You know what I'm saying? About to play something simple now, something small. See, I consider AD appear to be inaccurate because really he has a tattoo on his right shoulder. But let's see, Warriors at Lakers. I'll do one of the Lakers. But I'm not gonna play the Lakers. Had me amazed how my steady hand kept it afloat. Let it sit, cool and hard, and hit the set. Cool and heartless in front of the store projects. Long as I made a profit, I see you eyeing me. Your fire escape diary filled with pages of episodes of shot.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to NBA preseason basketball on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, great to be back with you all once again, and especially fun to be back for another round with the Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny, the
2K
Smith.
Yeah,
Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors and for Los Angeles. They'll be happy to get this game behind them and get the regular season started because it hasn't been the best preseason for them. It is clear now that the Lakers are going to have to start the rebuilding process. Some nice players to build around already, but how long do you think it'll be, Kenny, until we see the Lakers as a title contender again?
Wow, title contender? Woo. Who knows? It really depends on how these young stars develop. And, you know,
on the floor, the visiting Golden State Warriors. At small forward, Harrison Barnes. At center, Andrew Bogut.
I like what they did with more graphics.
At the other forward,
more things to do, really, especially in my career.
At shooting guard, Klay Thompson. At the other guard position, Stephen Curry. The head coach of the visiting team is Steve Kerr.
But I mean, overall,
and now your Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup.
Like I said, I like what he did with the graphics. Yeah, I like the graphics.
At power forward, standing 6'9", number 30, Julius Randle. At point guard, standing 6'5", number 6, Jordan Clarkson. At center, standing 7'2", number 17, Roy Hibbert.
Sorry if I seem a little distracted. Yeah, we're trying to do
Welcome back to
right
our
now.
NBA preseason coverage here on 2K Sports. Today's the last day of the preseason. Opening day not too far away. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. The Warriors are looking to end their road trip here with a strong outing. And finally, we get to the last game of the preseason. I'm sure they'd like to forget the record, have a clean slate, and get into the regular season.
You know, this team has been a little uneven in its performance during the preseason, but what they've shown, flashes of good play at both ends of the floor, holds out hope for a really strong regular season.
Now it's just a matter of taking those flashes of good play and stretching them out over the course of an entire game. That's something they haven't been able to do in the preseason.
Now Golden State's starting five. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, Payne at the 4 with Bogut at the 5, and it's Curry in at the point. Clark, another milestone for Kobe Bryant last season. He reached 30,000 points and 6,000 assists, and no one else has ever done that.
Well, it's rare that you see scorers of that volume reach an assist total that high, but I think it speaks to Kobe's passing ability, which is undervalued and overshadowed at times.
Curry's shot is off.
You see, like
on defense, Golden State last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
Al Russell, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Here's Randall, takes it off the glass.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
And Curry, here we go. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Outside, Green sinks the triple. Green's got his first 3 points of the game.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Oh, yeah,
Kobe kicks to Clarkson.
Crazy K, 720.
Outside, Russell.
His name will be in the description.
Randall is screen on Curry. Here's Russell. Randall dishes to Kobe. No luck. The Warriors go the other way with it.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Kobe after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Outside Russell. Wide open look. The Warriors pull it in, and this matchup with Los Angeles. Hard to believe, just the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season schedule.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, G, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate, led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season. And some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up. And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg. And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
Now, here's Bogut looking for his first basket still in this one. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Even though
you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Robert Sacre, who's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Julius Randle. Nick Young's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Russell. Now here's Barnes. Dishes to Sacre. And stolen by Spates. And it's the Warriors on the break. And that one's good. Iguodala's got his first 2 points of the night.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Bass with the screen. Pass to Young. And the rejection by Iguodala. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala. Ezeli's checked in for the Warriors. Barbosa comes in for Barnes. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. And Bass kicks to Williams. 5 to shoot. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Maurice Spates.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can. And, you know, for Brandon Bass, such a big asset to Boston last year, and they're pushed to make the playoffs, especially after the Celtics had traded away several key veterans. His toughness, his strong mid-range game, that all helped.
And going back to Brandon Bass, he was Boston's only enforcer down low once Sullinger went out with the broken foot. At that point, Greg, no one thought the Celtics would make the playoffs, but Bass helped push them in.
Like I said,
last season, one of the most meaningful.
I'm multitasking. I'm trying to.
In terms of his contributions, really counting toward the bottom line. A lifetime role player. The outcomes of many games last year were swayed by how well he performed. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here is Livingston. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Clippers. Here's Iguodala. Rebound the Lakers. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And facing an opponent that they really weren't expected to beat. I was really happy to see that they showed no intimidation at all.
Greg, as a player, think about it. How often did you look at what the odds makers said? All you did, and I did, and other guys did, was get between the lines and focus on playing the game, and that's what they did. They just went out there and got it done.
Now here is Barbosa following the miss by Kobe Bryant, and he gets it to go. Spates has got his first basket.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Livingston. Rebound by Williams.
You know how I can pick this anywhere if you hang
and Young, here we go. And the rejection
barely works.
by Ezeli.
Barely. I'll give it like a 50-50.
29 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Of making it.
That's good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Ryan against Iguodala. And here is Bryant. 3 seconds left. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. The Warriors on top, up 5. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy.
Yeah, I like this right here.
You want to guard the paint, and some of that has to do with myself being able to patrol the paint as much as possible. We want long contested twos. They guard the three-point line, bring them to me. I'll either hit them with a straight up, block the shot, or alter the shot. So contested twos are the worst shots in the NBA.
When you have that sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence on display on a nightly basis, Greg, you are a game changer, and he does change games every night.
You know, and we saw his skill set and execution develop very rapidly over the course of just a couple of years. He worked extremely hard to become the force he is on the interior in this game.
NBA preseason action underway once again. Glad to have you with us. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Barnes in at the 3, the small forward. Curry's shot is off.
No, that is really interesting.
Lakers trail by 3. And who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
Now Clarkson, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Picked by Randall, shoots off the screen, and that one good from Clarkson. And the Lakers lead by 1.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Thompson. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points. And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from
really mess with the timeout.
Warriors trail by 3. Curry attacking. That one's off. Still out of sync.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
The Warriors have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Curry's got 8 points. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Thompson. Kicks it to Barnes. And that one's good. 5 points in the game.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
And for the Lakers, they're shooting pretty good tonight at 48%.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
The Warriors trail. And Curry, here we go. Great tee that time from Hibbert.
He's been wayward, just off on
See, I love the defense.
about everything he's put up in this period.
Randall with the ball. Bogut picks him up. Outside, Russell. Hibbert with a screen on Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from 11. It's a big height bounce and goes in. Now it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead. And former coach of the year Byron Scott now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I do.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
And it's Hibbert missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Roof shots.
No good on the free throw. Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina, grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting, his mother started taping Jordan's games on the VCR years before he was born. His given name, Harrison Bryson Jordan Barnes. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know that.
Nor did I.
Now here's Bryant. Russell with a wide open look. Off target from 3-point range.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
pass against Green. Here's Livingston. The rebound by the Lakers.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
That is good. Williams has got his first points in this one.
But yeah, I'm
learning. A shot that he has in his arsenal.
Still learning.
Iguodala kicks to Barnes. The rebound by Sacre. Lakers lead by 3. Outside Russell. Shot off the screen. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Russell's got 4 points now in the quarter. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Livingston. And the Warriors miss again. Los Angeles has gone 1-2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter.
Some players they can shoot threes, some players they can't.
Hey guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Green kicks to Livingston. Spades the pass to Iguodala. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul.
Hey, a really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
An excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Golden State. Barbosa comes in.
Oh yeah, me trying to edit this video. It's gonna be a wow.
Cuts off the pass.
Heads up interior defense there. He was ready for that entry pass.
Barbosa's shot is off.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Count the bucket. Bass has got 9.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Shots good by Iguodala.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Now, here is Russell. Not a lot of room. There's 14 seconds left in the first half. Bryant dishes to Bass. Just 4 to shoot. And the rejection by Ezeli. Jumps up, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Lakers lead by 4. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, here with Stephen Curry. And Steph, you've had to deal with a lot of defensive pressure. What do you need to do to counteract that?
I just got to slow down. I mean, they're playing good defense, trying to trap the ball screens and take them out the 3-point line. But, you know, just got to be aggressive, keep getting shots up, making the right plays, and they'll turn around.
Steph, thank you so much. Kevin, it's not easy in the NBA.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. They had a nice burst of energy once they got to the second quarter and ended the half holding on to a 4-point lead. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they committed to pounding the ball inside, and they were rewarded for it. Points in the paint. Those kept the defense honest because teams have gotten really good at running the three-point shooters off the line, so getting it inside was a good attack in the first half.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, they could be ahead in this game if they were taking care of the boards. More possession means more scoring opportunities. Few rebounds either way could decide the outcome of the game. Ultimately, this game will come down to who wants it more.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
But yeah, I know I'm sucky.
NBA preseason action underway once again. Glad to have you with us. One of the stories here, Brandon Bass getting it done today.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Hold on.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Kobe and Randall, forward duo. Clarkson is out there with Russell. And it's Hibbert in at the 5. That's the Laker 5. And
I might end this
he
video.
shoots that 3 off the mark.
But
Nice bounce back
yeah,
here for Harrison Barnes. Clark in year 3.
I'm gonna score right here.
Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system.
But that's where I'm in the video, and yeah, I thank y'all for watching it. And